Hi everyone, it's Mikael. Today we're gonna learn together the halo. The halo is actually the very first trick for compact that I learned 8 years ago now at the AGC 2013 in France from Chaz Graham. He was an amazing teacher. He's one of the person who really inspired me to do compact. I'm gonna drop a link of him also in the description of the video. And yeah, the halo is one of the basics you need to go into like so many cool tricks. And this time, instead of waiting for the end of the video to tease you with it, I'm showing you directly what you're gonna be able to do with working and having a solid halo in your repertoire. Pretty cool, no? And this is only a few examples of what you're going to be able to explore later on if you have a strong and solid fundamental around Halo. And to not talk more about it, let's start the breakdown. As written down at the beginning of the video, it's a requirement to know front spin, back spin, which should be pretty basic, but also the video I did around body tracing will help a lot for learning this trick today. So if you haven't look at this video, you can try to learn it directly now, or you go and take a look first in body tracing, which is really beautiful, useful, and it's going to be great for this video. And so, why starting with body tracing when we want to learn halo? First basic reason that it's exactly the same motion, but with grabbing the staff. And so if we want to have like a correct posture and understanding of what the staff is doing around our body, we can learn it through the body tracing, learning a cool trick as well at the same time, and then going step by step for the full contact version. I show you. So this is the body tracing. You see, I'm coming from a backspin, place the staff, going and making actually this halo, you can see, is this circle around my head and coming back to the other side. So this is the body tracing. Now I show you the halo. Exactly the same, but this time our hand is just not assisting. Now, as you already know body tracing, I'm going to not come back on that, but on the element that now you can focus on as you have this strong base. First, you want to place the center point round about this place of your body. You see, I'm really on the edge of my shoulder, and also you're gonna feel here we have a soft spot, which can be actually also really painful if you are used of spinning and doing sport but not stretching enough. I think a lot of you know what I mean. So it's this area which is soft in between the chest and the shoulder, and this area, this is where we want to place the staff. So when I'm on the side, how does it look like? Is this. You see my shoulder is actually going to the side, and I'm holding the staff. You want to do this. So I'm coming with my finger, like I'm holding the staff, placing it. My chest is facing that direction. The staff is going above my head. I'm facing in front. Now I'm facing the other direction. And I'm gonna insist on that part a lot in this video because this is one of the things we're gonna help a lot to have a clean halo later on. It's really about moving the hips and the chest on the street direction. So again, now we come from the other side. From the backspin, we come place the staff. Is first position, we look that direction. Second, third. 1, 2, and 3. Now, you need the center to be placed really close of the edge of the shoulder because when we arrive here, we need the center to be way above our neck. You see, there is at least 10 to 15 centimeters, and we need that in order for the staff to fold in the other direction. If the center is here, it can't fold because the center is going to be off center and it's going to drop. So this is one of the really important points. Where you place the center. And also, if you don't have the center here, your hand actually can't go over your head. So this is like one of the requirements of the body tracing, which is also one for the halo. So here I'm going to repeat again this information you need to have in mind and when you need to place your focus, and also progression to go step by step there. So here I'm holding the staff. You can hold it like you will be spinning, but step by step try to put less and less pressure in the way you hold the staff, so you're going to let more the dynamic of the staff doing the movement more than your head. So I come here, place the staff, I'm facing that direction. 1, 2, 3. And here I'm folding till I'm coming back in the same position when I was on the other side. Change hand, and doing the same on the other side. Try to take this habit to when you want to learn a trick, to come from when we arrive to the other side, instead of doing this and coming back to the same position. The shortest way is to go exactly the same way you came here. So here, I'm placing 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And what I want you to focus here also is this dynamic where you can feel them. Here, chest and hips face that direction. It's start to fold, and here I can feel the staff. Actually, you can use it to scratch your back a little bit. It's directly in between my two shoulder blades, and it's in a space that normally it will fall. But if you hold the staff here and if you just turn your chest, you will feel that by twisting our chest on one side is actually what pushes the staff to fold in one direction or in the other. And you can try that here also. And by doing so, you really feel that the folding is due to your body mechanism more than you holding with your hands. And the least you will put pressure here, more you will feel it. And so try to drill that till you can, and really count it for yourself is going to help. 1, 2, 3. And be aware of where you are looking at. Try to not look on the ground, but look in front. 1, 2, 3. I invite you to drill that till you can really break down the street posture, and then you can really feel everything that happening around the shoulder blade here. And when you feel that you're ready for the next step, and what you do is solid enough from both directions, you can go for the halo, which is just a compact version of the same trick you learned. So, for this trick, we're gonna start exactly in the same way we start for the other one. It means I'm gonna twist my chest in order to face that direction. So, like my hips, my chest, and the staff are facing in the same direction. I come with my hand, I'm holding the staff in that way. I have the center, which is around my finger, so I know where it is. The staff is behind me. I come to place it exactly the same way we did for the body tracing, but when it's arriving here, I just give a tiny bit more speed when I place it, not too much, but just enough in order that it will do the full motion by itself. And so for that, it's really important also to set that you count. When you arrive here, when you place it, you have like a really small 2, like it's like 1, 2, 3. It's going a bit faster than before, but still the second step is really important, because if you go here and you go directly there, most of the case the staff gonna hit here. You really need the staff to let it fall in between your shoulder blade before you open to the other side. Important point is that I'm not fully vertical with the halo I'm doing here. You can do a full vertical halo, but I'm more into a diagonal. But when you look at me like this, you barely see the difference compared to this one. The fully vertical is a bit harder because you need to keep the staff completely in one line, and it has way more sense of timing. And also, it means that the staff is gonna go directly there, which is gonna be useful later on for some variation. But for the moment, we can just learn the diagonal one because it's slower. You can really have more time to feel there, and it's also required to learn that variation for other tricks you will learn. So let's start by which is easier, then we can change our stuff a bit more. So here again, watch doesn't change. There is a direction. 1, 2, 3. And obviously, like I said before, we come back from the same direction. Same thing, I'm placing the staff on the edge of my shoulder, is folding between my shoulder blades, then by opening to the side, the staff end is course here. So, as we are letting the staff go off our hands, our brain might do some really strange things. And let's have fun on that because it's nothing about you, it's really the brain and body not being agreed to get on what's happening, a bit of anxiety in there, and then the result sometimes can be really surprising. So one point is that if I'm tossing the staff that direction, the staff go there. But actually you see why we're turning our chest at the beginning is because we want to go that direction, not that direction. Otherwise the result seems silly, but it's the case for a lot of people. That's why if I'm in front of you, turn to the side. Really important. 1, 2, and 3. And now we turn to the other side. So this is one thing. Second common mistake. Too much power. Because that's another reaction that a lot of us have, is because we are a bit afraid and with a lack of power here to go to the other side, we give too much. You are pretty much on the same speed that you do when you do body tracing, so it means something really slow, but you just need a tiny bit more power to be sure that the staff is folding here, but it's more a notion of timing than speed. If you see, like, I'm going really slow, and it's really the motion of my body who makes the difference more than the speed I'm putting there. Now, the third common mistake is that when you're gonna do this, the staff gonna end up either rolling on your arm or bumping on your shoulder. And this will be one of the hardest to correct most of the time. This means that you don't open your chest enough to the side. And like you see here, if I don't open, the staff bump on my shoulder. What we want is the staff to arrive in this soft spot part just after the shoulder and before the chest. If someone knows the name of that part of the body, please let me know. It could help me for my workshop. So we want it to arrive here. And this is another advice. Look at what's happening with the staff. Look at your staff. When it's here, to be sure that you know where you place it and where it's arriving. 2 more little tips to help you if you still struggle with this one. It's really the kind of tricks who is not often that I see people get it straight away. It's more like you stay on it 10-15 minutes and you really focus on all the elements I gave you. Come back on the video to be sure that you understood every point I gave. And after 10-15 minutes, really, like, put just a bit of music. Focus on, don't let go. It will probably start to feel more comfortable for you, and you're gonna start to get some nice results. In case this is not happening, and if you want to feel a tiny bit more secure in your practice, when the staff is arriving here, so what is going to this 90 degree, you can simply come with your other hand to catch it and finishing the line. It's gonna barely help, but sometimes for some people it makes you feel more secure. And same as that, you can just stop using the hand when you feel ready for it. So this is one point. The other is also to be sure that you start already with a diagonal, then your staff is not completely straight. So like this, you know you're sure that you are giving more this angle to the staff, and so it's gonna be slower and easier to control than if you go fully vertical, which is possible, just hard. And this is it for this tutorial. If you still struggle a bit, don't hesitate to come back to the body tracing, to drill the movement till you feel really completely natural, then come back to the step through the halo. Is something, get a bit of time to get used to it, but it's gonna be really cool to have for all the next tutorial coming in the next weeks. So try to really work on it, to drill it till you can make at least few of them going from one side to another clean, and that will allow you to go further, and it's really, really worth it. But yeah, this is the end of this tutorial. Like always, I hope you enjoy. Always welcome any kind of feedback, positive, negative. If you have any questions, let me know. And I'll see you in the next one.